welcome to episode 3 of Go to the Assistant Principal's Office, a seismic shift. My name is Carrie Weishart, and I am an assistant principal at DeKalb High School in Waterloo, Indiana. And this is my 25th year in education, but only my 3rd year in administration. I always said for so many years that I would never go to the dark side, but now that I'm here, I absolutely love it. And I am here to make a difference in my school and in my community. And one of the ways I want to do that is to shift the way that students, staff, and the community see the principal's office. My first episode was about the ways I'm making it fun and meaningful for students by rewarding them both for the awesome things they do and just for being themselves. My second episode was about the intentional choices that I make when students maybe do come to the office for a negative reason, but trying to give them a way for them to feel seen and heard. This episode is a little bit about what I'm trying to do with teachers when they come to the assistant principal's office, and some of the ways that I really try to support staff. Now, I want to start with a caveat by saying that this girl is not perfect. I make mistakes all of the time, but I will say that I think being in education as a teacher for 23 years, I worked in 7 different school districts across the nation, had lots of different experiences from rural schools to urban schools. I have been able to see what administration can do or not do for a teacher. And so one of the things that I have vowed is that I never want to forget what it is like to sit in the seat of a teacher. So what are some things that I'm doing to make a seismic shift in the way that teachers see the assistant principal's office? One of the things that I like to do is curate. Carrie, what do you mean by that? One of the things that teachers spend so much time doing is curating information, finding lesson plans. What AI will work for me? What are some things I can do? Now, I will do a shameless plug for Keep Indiana Learning, because there are a lot of resources that you can find on this Keep Indiana Learning website, their blog, their videos. There's so much for you to find, but often teachers don't have the time to dig. So one of the very first things that I did when I became an assistant principal is I created a slide deck called Motivational Monday. And I will make sure to put a link to those slide decks in the comments, in the information about this video. But Motivational Monday comes out to my teachers every Monday, and it is a slide full of links to resources that I have already curated, resources that may be in the social studies area, they may be content area, they may be about AI, they may be articles, and sometimes it's just plain fun. But the idea is I want to cut time in half for teachers. And I feel like that's one of the jobs that we as administrators, as instructional leaders, can do. And so I wanted to change the principal's office, not by saying I want to put more on your plate, but by taking things off of a teacher's plate. The second thing that I want to do is invite. So I am kind of the head of climate and culture at my school. And so I try to offer many opportunities for educators to get involved, whether it be on the climate and culture committee, or whether it be nominating another teacher for a Marigold Award, whether it be coming down and offering a fist bump for a student, whether it be getting involved in some of the convocations that we have, but inviting teachers to be part of the process for us to honor students, part of the process to make decisions, part of the process just to be able to share their own voices. And so I feel like another job, along with curating and cutting time in half, is to invite teachers to opportunities, whether it be staff get-togethers or just an opportunity to be part of our Barron Book Club. We here at our school have 20 to 30 teachers who come and read books together every single month. They have nothing to do with education, but I want to invite them in. I want to invite them in to community with other teachers. The third thing that I prioritize is praising. You know, one of the things I felt like as a teacher is that often leaders felt like maybe they had to withhold praise because they didn't want people to feel too good about where they were. And one of my philosophies has been always praise publicly, criticize privately. So if there's something that you and I need to talk about, we're going to do that one-on-one. We're going to do that in a room together or in my office together, and we're going to talk about it together. But publicly, I'm going to praise you. So I have a list here. And I'm just going to flash it real quick because I can't show you all the names, but this is the list of all the staff that we have at our school. And so my goal is throughout the year to always write them a personal note somehow throughout the year. Also, I keep track of birthdays and I try to write everyone a birthday card. When I see something happen, I want to write an email or I want to find them and say, hey, you did a great job. Now, again, I want to emphasize, Carrie's not perfect. And I'm not going to do it perfect. But I feel like part of administration is to do my very best to concentrate on the things that I value most. And I value a seismic shift in the assistant principal's office. And so how can I help my teachers? Well, I can curate information for them. I can cut their time in half. I can even offer, hey, Carrie, I wanted to try a new lesson plan. Hey, let me go do the looking for you and send you some resources so that you don't have to do that yourself. I can invite them into opportunities, but never make them feel guilty if they don't want to be involved. But most of all, I can praise them for the things I see them doing. And sometimes we even praise them for the potential. We praise them for the idea of taking a risk. We praise them and say, hey, I know this didn't go the way you thought it would, but I want you to know it was pretty amazing that you tried it anyway. The assistant principal's office is not an easy place to be. There are always going to be people who don't love the way we do things, but we can do our very best to change the way that people see the community, the students, and the teachers see the principal's office so that we can make a difference in the lives of our students, our teachers, our staff, and our surrounding community. Thanks so much for being part of this episode 3. Get excited for episode 4 when I'm going to talk about some of the ways that I've used social media to bring the assistant principal's office to everyone else. Thanks for joining me.